Hiya! This week I'm starting my vlog at beautiful Malta, but now I'm back. It's cold and it's not good. Let's go. I'll take you to Malta now. Come on. If you haven't been to Malta, it's a small sunny island in the Mediterranean Sea, just below Italy. And if you have been there before, you will know it's a very welcoming place to come and visit, with plenty of friendly and kind people. Where there is lots of sun, there's lots of happy people. This 7-day trip involved a lot of walking. I think my legs are broken walking so much. It's well worth getting yourself a 1-week travel card, and it saves a lot of money. It's so easy to get around to different towns. We even took the ferry from Valletta, which is the capital, to cross over to Gozo Island, which takes 45 minutes to an hour, and that's with a travel card. There's lots of historical buildings. The architecture is breathtakingly beautiful, especially the cathedrals. We ate lovely Maltese cuisine, seafood risotto, rabbit stew, homemade ravioli, fish soup, seafood linguine, shrimp pasta, a date dessert, calamari, sweet potato mixed with crab croquette. I did a day of sunbathing at the Blue Lagoon Island with waters crystal clear. It's hard not to try and dip your toes in the water, but the water is still too cold for a swim at this time of year in April. And it's hard not to notice all the exotic plants that grow naturally on the islands. Look at how these wild dill just spread itself across the island. It actually looks quite pretty with it in flowering season. Malta's land is very dry. I've noticed they only grow the usual crops in the fields. Here you see barley, or it could be wheat, I'm not quite sure. And they like growing field beans, onions, and lots of citrus fruits. They got the best plants as hedges: bay leaf trees, jasmine flowers, cactuses, lots of self-seeded dill. And while I was walking, they have series of plastic tunnels with some sort of cabbages grown under. With no irrigation system in place, they rely on being watered from a truck and pumping it in the field. Now that's pretty hard maintenance. We've got a fig tree growing, and now we've got a grape tree growing in this little crack. And someone's decent enough to help it hang wires for it to climb. Look at this little tiny pot, and check out this passion fruit dangling. What put a smile to my face when I saw a pot of cactus in the middle of the street? It had all its thorns pulled out. The poor plant had no defense to protect itself, as someone must have decided to pluck out all the thorns so it doesn't hurt anybody. Look at the loquat tree. This is a Japanese plum. It's dripping with fruits, and yet mine at home don't have any yet, and that is the benefit of having hot sunny weather. And the scent of the fig tree is intoxicating with so much fruits. And take a look at these lampposts. They peg it down to stop it from swaying with a few pieces of wood, and all of them have this on every lamppost. Crikey. Someone needs to sort this out. I came across this gentleman and his wife visiting one of the caved shelter they owned. It was such a privilege for him to allow me to take a sneak peek at his summer lodgings. He told us He inherited the shelter from his grandparents. Wow, this is amazing. Look at this. Look, you can actually touch the ceiling.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is really cold in the winter.
I sleep here in the winter. This is the afternoon.
This is perfect, you know.
This is like amazing.
And you have like electricity,
Yes.
everything. That's amazing. And nobody can buy or sell it. You can acquire one of these solely by inheritance only. He comes here every weekend with his wife to relax and do a bit of fishing. He's got everything he needs: a cooker, electricity, and temperatures surprisingly cool because of the stone wall surroundings. What a treasure. Anyway, back to gardening at home. I came home to all of my seeds sprouting. It took less than 7 days for them all to sprout, only because UK was warm during that 7 days. I had cling film on them to keep the moisture in so it doesn't dry out. And now it's just going to be a crazy month on separating and potting on the plants. My windowsill is bursting, and hopefully by the time I finish potting on, the weather will be so warm so I can start planting outside. This past year, I've been having a lot of trouble with the builders building the new houses on the side of my allotment. They have been sued 3 times by the council for land grabbing, trespassing and breach of health and safety. They broke my polytunnel in half. The council has ordered them to pay for a new one. They killed my 2-year-old plum tree by kicking it to death whilst we're putting the scaffolding up. They contaminated my soil with 1-inch thick mortar whilst they were bricklayering, and the council has ordered them to replace my topsoil, but they put cheap clay builder soil instead. I put some wood chip and turned most of the soil with mine. By this time I've already had enough. I just wanted them to fence the wall and be done with stepping on the allotment. The countless bags of rubbish I needed to pick up and throw it back to them. They have no duty of care at all. However, on the bright side, I have used duct tape to salvage my polytunnel frame and it looks quite good. And I have salvaged the wire fencing, which they didn't want, for me to turn it into a new greenhouse. It's all looking positive. Oh, it's powdery. Ah, yuck. Look at this. Oh, look, it's green. You can write your name on it. Oh, so green and dirty. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see the warm weather next week so I can start planting and catch you in the next video.